So, tell us a bit about your business.
I started Job Ready English in February 2020, which was just before COVID-19. Little did I know that business would come to a standstill for 6 months. And the reason why I started it is because it was so difficult at the time for students to get jobs. This was actually something I'd had a lot of experience with running another business since 2013. And Job Ready English has gone from strength to strength, and we now communicate with over 200,000 people every month through YouTube and through our content and courses.
Why did you start this business?
I started Job Ready English because when I came back from Asia at the start of 2020, I wanted to look into the state of play of how students were being helped to get graduate jobs after they came out of university. And I realized it was still exactly the same as it had been when I left in 2018. The first thing that I did is I wrote a full-length 49-page ebook which I gave away for free to international students, which was downloaded over 2,000 times. And I realized, based upon the feedback and the commentary that came back, that students were really frustrated because they didn't feel that there was an easy and simple methodology and framework that they could use to get hired here in the UK. Whether they were an international student from any one of the 193 countries that we engage with around the world, or they were just a British student coming out of a bachelor's or master's degree and trying to figure out the world of work after they have graduated.
What element, I don't know if it, but something along the lines of what have been the main contributors to the success of your business?
The thing that really underpins Job Ready English's success, and the success in any business, is scratching your own itch or scratching somebody else's itch. One of the first things that I did was I spoke to the people who I used to work with at a different business, and I asked them about the state of play for students getting hired in the UK. And they told me that they had a lot of problems, that the process was confusing, and they had lots of different information from conflicting sources. One of the problems with technology and information in general is just to feel overloaded and unsure about what is the right path to take. Also, you cannot really differentiate between whether the source of that information is useful or not useful and is actually something that that person has put into action themselves. One of the things that I have also found to be really useful is we've had over 7,000 people purchase and take our courses, and that hasn't happened overnight. I've actually been making courses for 5 years, and every time that we make a course, we release that course, I have to, bearing in mind that something may not be easy to understand, easy to consume, and most importantly, easy to action and get a result from. I kind of know when we're going in the right direction, when basically people get jobs. It's very binary what we do. We help people, they get jobs or they don't get jobs, and then we get feedback that comes back to us through YouTube, through our emails, through different social media platforms, and we're constantly trying to figure out how we can make that product better, simpler, easier to consume, and easier to action.
How about what are your plans for 2024?
Yeah. In 2024, Job Ready English is going to be changing. For the last 10 years, I've done a lot of one-to-one coaching, something which I enjoy thoroughly, something that a lot of our regular listeners will know. In 2023, I stopped taking on private clients. I must admit, 1 or 2 people have still kind of slipped in through the back door because I found that as a businessman, I don't really have the time to devote to a lot of one-to-one work, though I enjoy it. What we really want to concentrate on in 2024 is making our content better, improving the capability of our YouTube channel. You'll see us on more social media platforms, trying to give even more free information to help people get hired. Our business model has always been built on the fact that realistically, you could actually consume all our free content and get hired. But if you want a greater level of service, then you can consume one of our 150 plus digital products, or you could book a session with me one-to-one for 30 or 60 minutes. So you'll find that we'll be improving the quality of our digital products and offerings in 2024.
And what's the best way to get in touch?
The best way to get in touch with me is to send me an email to hello@jobreadyenglish.com, or you can send a message to us using our WhatsApp business on +44 79 260 53 683, and one of the team will get back to you.
What other platforms could we look forward to seeing your business on next year?
When I started Job Ready English in 2020, I decided that YouTube would be our go-to platform. We've gone from strength to strength. I think we're going to hit 25,000 subscribers soon. And from there, we're now spreading out a little bit onto LinkedIn, onto Instagram as well. I must admit, we don't really do Facebook and we don't really do TikTok, just because I feel like maybe it's a little bit of a different market for us. But you're actually going to be seeing us on all social media platforms. We've recently hired somebody to spearhead our social media strategy.
What challenges does your business face and how do you overcome it?
I think the biggest challenge that we face as a business is probably tips, tricks and hacks videos. So one thing that I've definitely noticed on YouTube, and our growth has been much slower than other YouTube channels that I've seen, but I've always stuck to the fact that the information that I'm sharing and the content that we create is based upon things that I actually do day to day. These are strategies, tactics and frameworks that I use with clients to help them get hired. And I think something that is generally very difficult for young people or everybody in general, including professionals, is looking for, the trick, the hack, the way to do things in 5 minutes. But I think if you speak to any craftsperson, anybody who's really good at what they do, they will tell you that there is no shortcut to excellence. There's no shortcut to mastery. But what you can do is use a tried and tested framework, maybe to cut down some time in doing that. In general, I feel like 2024 is going to be a great year for us. There is, of course, economic uncertainty, but I think in general, the more people who use our products, the more people who get hired, the more people refer us. This is a good thing, and also is something that should only happen if our products are something that people consume and really go, wow, that was amazing, and tell their friends about it.
What is your why?
What is my why? I think my why has always been to help people. When I was growing up, I am a second generation immigrant. My dad comes from Sri Lanka, my mum comes from Vietnam. When they came here, they had no help in order to get further in life. When I was growing up, I think my mum, who raised me by herself, really struggled, and I got a lot of help from other people to become successful in life. It takes a village to raise a child, and I think this is something that I try to transmit in everything that I do, which is just to help somebody, to change someone's life, to bring a smile to someone's face, or to allow them to have that moment where they go, that's what I wanted to do, that's how I should do it, and just to save a bit of time and give a little bit of hope.
What's your one big goal for your business?
I think the one big goal for Job Ready English is just to become the go-to for people who want to get hired, that our YouTube channel is the place where people go to for no BS advice, to just really get to the point, to help more people get better jobs, to tell other people, and if that means they go on and buy courses and engage with us in coaching, that's fine. But I think everything that you need is on our Job Ready English YouTube channel, and I just hope that that keeps growing and helping people across the world.